Hey everyone, welcome to Taisen Analyzes Reddit, and for today's story, it is from the subreddit entitled Parents, and it is based on this user who refuses to leave the library due to Karen's cell phone conversation. Now, let's begin. Alright, so boom. This week happened. Weekend last winter around finals week, I was at my favorite library, which is a more private and secluded library in comparison to the local library. This library is usually frequented by a few senior citizens, stressed out middle-aged people trying their best to stay on top of the stacks of papers they tote in, and 1 to 2 students, excluding me. Now, the library is basically a small one-story home, which was converted into a library after the owner died. So, given how tucked away it is, and the general lack of resources that you normally find at a larger library, not many people frequent it. On a good day, there could be about 10 people max until it starts to thin out after 4 p.m. This incident took place at around 7 p.m. on the Monday kicking off finals week. There were only 2 other visitors besides me, Karen and her kid. Cue the stage lights. Me has been there since at least 1 p.m. and is suffering through the caffeine jitters. Deadlines are killing me. Karen, who'd gotten there about an hour earlier, was growling at something on her computer screen. She shouted every few minutes, and her kid, probably 13 years old, I don't know, kids look older these days, looked like he wanted to die. She kept asking him for help and was just getting more and more frustrated. Soon after, she ended up calling someone else over the phone to yell at them. Probably customer service, I don't know. But I felt bad for whoever was on the other end. 10 minutes into her shouting match with the person on the other end, a mousy librarian came by to help since her multiple shushings were ignored by Karen. The 2 other people nearby were also getting pissed off. Kay at the phone. I've been sitting here for hours. Yeah, okay. And it isn't working. My son tried helping me, and even he said your website was bull-ish. He did not. Librarian and son stand by, waiting for her to either solve the problem on her own through customer service or to give up and just leave the shouting match continues for a while before the one angry patron speaks up. AP. Hey, lady, hang up or get out. No one wants to hear about your freaking problems. Okay. If my cell phone conversation is bothering you so much, why don't you just leave? F off and mind your own business. AP, I can't mind my own business if you're shouting yours at the whole freaking world. Go to main library in town and do your ish there. K, this is the closest library to my house. I am a single mom and do not have a car or a computer, so shut up or leave. After she said this, her son looked like he wanted to just evaporate into anything else besides himself. Kids probably heard her pull that line quite often. AP, I don't give a F. You're not the only person in here, so shut up. They went back and forth for about a minute or 2. She kept throwing the single parent / my life is so hard boo-hoo-hoo bullish in an attempt to get anyone to just help her with her computer calamity. Even Karen's son tried calming his mother down so they could just leave. At one point, the angry patron just pulled his headphones back on and went back to whatever he was doing. Now, despite the fact that I was on the other side of the room, I was still able to hear everything through my headphones. They died, so while I wasn't listening to anything, I just kept them on my head because I liked the snuggly feeling, laugh out loud. But when the angry patron gave up, I literally blew up for being so annoyed, plus the caffeine shakes. Me. Dear gosh, shut the F up! This is a library, not a phone booth. Do you know how loud you have to be to get through these noise-canceling headphones? They actually weren't noise-canceling because I broke as F, boy. You dumb B? No wonder you're a single parent. Not even your son looks like he wants to be with you right now. Karen ended up pretending I didn't exist. LMAO, while continuing her phone call and glaring at me every few minutes. She probably screamed at someone else, but I ended up tuning it all out to watch a Khan Academy video. The angry patron ended up leaving a few minutes after, and my caffeine shakes turned into the caffeine-ish, so I also left a few minutes after he did. I don't know what happened to Karen, but I haven't seen her at the library since. F biochemistry. Wow, for this one, I think I'm gonna need some caffeine after this one. But I just want to say that I feel that the librarian should have just kicked Karen out once the sessions weren't effective and Karen continued to talk loudly, get into a screaming match over the phone, and things to that effect. You know, another thing I want to say is that the library is pretty much a home away from home for me, and I go there to focus on whatever I need to focus on, to get some peace and quiet as well. And I do understand that Karen is a single mom with a child. She doesn't have a computer or a car, and that's the reason why she came to the library. But at the same time, you also have to understand not to be disruptive when you're at the library. It's a place where people go to for peace and for quiet, and to not be disrupted by anything else that's going on in the background. Unless it's something that is important or it's an emergency and you have to evacuate the premises due to that situation. But other than that, the library is a place where people go to, where they can focus on whatever they need to focus on, and they won't be disrupted by anything in the background that is not of importance. So I also want to say, for the user, thank you for allowing me to use your post and your story, and hopefully you were able to pass that biochemistry class and all your classes as well, and graduate and be able to get into a career and things to that effect. And another thing I would like to say is that this user has been keeping themselves anonymous on Reddit since they have been doxed on Reddit. So to the Redditors that's been doing all this doxing, I would like to say just chill out with the doxing and cool off with the doxing. Only dox when you have to, but in all seriousness, let's just chill with the doxing. So yeah, this is Taisen, and I hope you like the story once as well. And thank you to the user for allowing me to use his story as well as read it and provide an analysis on it as well. And if you liked this story, you could check out the user's profile. I'll provide a link as well to the profile and their story as well. Once again, this is Taisen. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell, check your notifications, and if that doesn't work, you can also check your subscription feed. And I will see you next time.